Infamous Shadows, the 10 most notorious contract killers in organized crime history. The annals of organized crime are filled with figures whose actions have left indelible marks on history. Notorious for their ruthless methods and often chilling efficiency, contract killers have played pivotal roles in the underworld's power dynamics. This video delves into the lives of 10 such individuals, exploring their backgrounds, criminal activities, and the legacy they left behind. Number 1. Richard the Iceman Klainsky. Born on April 11, 1935, in Jersey City, New Jersey, Richard Klainsky grew to become one of the most feared contract killers associated with the American Mafia. His chilling nickname, the Iceman, originated from his method of freezing victims' bodies to mask the time of death, a tactic that bewildered law enforcement and hindered investigations. Over his decades-long career, Klainsky claimed to have killed over 100 people, employing diverse methods such as firearms, knives, poison, and cyanide to execute his hits. Despite his notorious criminal life, Klainsky led a seemingly ordinary life to his family, presenting himself as a successful businessman. This facade of normalcy kept his wife and children oblivious to his true profession until his eventual arrest in December 1986. Number 2. Benjamin Bugsy Seagull. Benjamin Bugsy Seagull, born on February 28, 1906, in Brooklyn, New York, was a charismatic yet feared mobster who played a pivotal role in the development of Las Vegas as a gambling and entertainment destination. Seagull started his criminal career in the 1920s and eventually moved to the West Coast, where he expanded his criminal enterprises. He was a significant figure in the Jewish mob and worked closely with the Italian-American Mafia. Seagull's most ambitious project was the development of the Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas, which later became a landmark. However, his management of the project led to significant cost overruns and tension with his mob associates. Seagull's violent temper and involvement in numerous murders contributed to his notoriety. His life came to an abrupt end on June 20, 1947, when he was assassinated at his girlfriend's Beverly Hills home, a murder that remains one of the most infamous unsolved cases in American history. Number 3. Giuseppe Pino Greco. Giuseppe Greco, known as Pino, born on January 4, 1952, in Seagull, an area of Palermo, Sicily, was a notorious hitman for the Sicilian Mafia, particularly active during the Second Mafia War in the early 1980s. Greco was a member of the Corleonesi faction, led by the infamous mafia boss Salvadore Gravano. He played a key role in the violent campaign orchestrated by Gravano to achieve domination over the Sicilian Mafia. Greco is believed to have been responsible for at least 58 murders, although the true number could be much higher. His most infamous acts include the massacres of rival mafia members, contributing significantly to the Corleonese's rise to power. Greco's reign of terror came to an end when he was assassinated in September 1985, likely by his own organization. Number 4. Alexander Solonik. Alexander Viktorovich Solonik, born on October 16, 1960, in Kurgan, Russia, gained infamy in the criminal underworld as superkiller. Solonik was notorious for his exceptional marksmanship and ability to kill with both hands, a skill that earned him a fearsome reputation. He was primarily active in the 1990s during a period of intense criminal activity following the collapse of the Soviet Union. Solonik's targets included numerous Russian crime figures, and he was known for his brazen approach to assassinations. His most remarkable trait was his ability to escape from seemingly inescapable situations, including a dramatic breakout from a high-security prison in 1995. Solonik's criminal career was short-lived. He was found dead in Greece in 1997 under mysterious circumstances, leading to speculation about the involvement of rival criminal groups or even his own employers. His life and death remain shrouded in mystery and are emblematic of the tumultuous post-Soviet era in Russia. Number 5. Vincent Mad Dog Call. Vincent Mad Dog Call, born Ewan O'Calla on July 20, 1908, in Gweedore, County Donegal, Ireland, was a notorious Irish-American mob hitman in the 1920s and 1930s. His family immigrated to the United States when he was a child, settling in the Bronx, New York. Call quickly became involved in criminal activities, joining a gang as a teenager. By the age of 23, he had formed his own gang and started working as a hitman. Call gained notoriety for his violent methods and willingness to engage in public shootouts, earning him the nickname Mad Dog for his reckless and brutal behavior. One of his most infamous acts occurred in July 1931, when he attempted to kidnap a rival gang member but ended up killing a 5-year-old child, which led to public outrage. This incident marked him as one of the most feared gangsters of the Prohibition era. His criminal career came to an abrupt end when he was murdered in a Manhattan phone booth on February 8, 1932, at the age of 23, a hit believed to be ordered by his rivals in the underworld. Number 6. Tommy Karate Patera. Thomas Patera, commonly known as Tommy Karate, was born on December 2, 1954, in Brooklyn, New York. He gained notoriety as a member of the Bonanno crime family in the 1980s and early 1990s. Patera developed an interest in martial arts at a young age, eventually traveling to Japan to train in karate, where he earned a black belt. His martial arts skills, combined with a reputation for being a cold and efficient killer, contributed to his fearsome persona in the underworld. Patera's role in the Bonanno family involved carrying out hits, and he was known for his particularly brutal methods of murder. His crimes often included dismemberment, as he was said to have a fascination with anatomy and a meticulous approach to body disposal. Patera was believed to be responsible for numerous murders, and his cruel methods instilled fear even among fellow mobsters. His criminal career came to an end in the early 1990s when he was arrested and subsequently convicted on multiple counts of murder. Number 7. Charles Harrelson. Charles Voight Harrelson, born on July 23, 1938, in Lovelady, Texas, was a convicted American hitman. His criminal career included gambling, robbery, and contract killing. Harrelson gained notoriety for the assassination of U.S. District Judge John H. Wood Jr. on May 29, 1979, in San Antonio, Texas. This murder marked the first assassination of a federal judge in the 20th century and shocked the nation. The assassination of Judge Wood was believed to be a contract hit ordered by a drug dealer who was due to appear in Wood's court. Harrelson was convicted of the murder in 1982 and received 2 life sentences. The case garnered significant media attention, partly due to Harrelson's outlandish claim during his trial that he was involved in the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, a claim that was dismissed as false. Harrelson's family ties also brought him into the public eye. He was the father of actor Woody Harrelson. Charles Harrelson's criminal activities and the high-profile nature of his crimes made him a well-known figure in the world of organized crime. He died in the United States Penitentiary, Administrative Maximum Facility in Florence, Colorado, on March 15, 2007. Number 8. Roy DeMeo. Roy Albert DeMeo, born on September 7, 1942, in Brooklyn, New York, was a notorious member of the Gambino crime family. He is best known for leading the DeMeo crew, a group feared for their brutal methods of murder and disposal of bodies, often involving dismemberment. The DeMeo crew's operations extended to various criminal activities, including loan sharking, drug trafficking, and car theft. DeMeo's propensity for violence became apparent early in his criminal career, with his first known murder occurring in the early 1970s. He developed a method of killing and dismembering known as the Gemini method, named after the Gemini Lounge in Brooklyn, where many of the murders were committed. This method became a signature of the DeMeo crew and contributed to Roy DeMeo's infamy. He was suspected of being involved in up to 100 murders, although the exact number remains unknown. DeMeo's reign of terror ended with his own murder in 1983, a killing believed to be the result of internal mafia conflicts. Number 9. Joseph Mad Dog Sullivan. Joseph Mad Dog Sullivan, born on March 31, 1939, in Queens, New York, was a notorious American contract killer who worked predominantly for the mafia. He earned his nickname Mad Dog due to his ferocity and the efficiency with which he carried out hits. Sullivan's criminal career began in his early teens, and by the 1970s, he had become one of the most sought-after hitmen in the underworld. One of the most remarkable aspects of Sullivan's life was his escape from Attica prison in 1971. He was the only person to have successfully escaped from this high-security facility. After his escape, Sullivan continued his life of crime, carrying out multiple contract killings. His ability to evade capture made him infamous in both the criminal world and among law enforcement. However, his run came to an end in 1975 when he was finally arrested. Sullivan was convicted of several murders and received a life sentence. He died in prison on June 9, 2017, leaving behind a legacy as one of the most infamous hitmen in American criminal history. Number 10. Salvatore "Sammy the Bull" Gravano. Salvadore Gravano, better known as Sammy the Bull, was born on March 12, 1945, in Brooklyn, New York. He rose to prominence within the Gambino crime family, one of the most powerful mafia families in the United States. Gravano played a key role in the assassination of Paul Castellano in 1985, which led to John Gotti becoming the family's boss. As Gotti's underboss, Gravano was involved in numerous criminal activities, including extortion, racketeering, and murder. Gravano's turn as a government witness in 1991 marked one of the most significant defections in mafia history. His testimony helped convict John Gotti and several other high-ranking mafia members. Gravano admitted to being involved in 19 murders but was granted a reduced sentence in exchange for his cooperation. His testimony provided an unprecedented insight into the inner workings of the mafia and significantly weakened the Gambino family's power. After serving a reduced sentence, Gravano was released from prison but later returned to a life of crime and was rearrested.